Hey everyone, and welcome to the club, and welcome to another weekend art challenge. Today we're going to be fusing the Joker with a Five Nights at Freddy's sister location character. So let's get started with the eyes. I'm going to start with the curve above the left eye. Starting from the outside, I'm going to curve down in towards the center of the face. So curving across and in. We're going to do the same thing on the right side but flipped over. We're going to leave a little gap in the center here. Starting on the inside of the eye, we're going to curve out towards the right. From here, let's tuck in the eyeballs underneath these curves. So on the left side, just down here, we're going to draw a circle tucked in. So you're only going to see half of the circle. Curving around and then back up. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Starting from the inside this time, curve around to the bottom and then tuck that in along the top brow. Let's go ahead and add the pupil and highlight. On the left side, we're going to draw a circle for the highlight. A circle on the left. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Now this one's going to get tucked in underneath this brow line. Curving around. Now let's add the pupil in behind the highlight. So at the bottom of the highlight, we're going to draw a smaller circle. And this is dead center of the eyeball. We're going to color that in black. Let's do the same thing on the right side. So starting at the bottom of the highlight, circle around, and then back up to the side of the highlight, we'll color that in black. From this point, I want to take these two ends and curve them up and towards the middle. So right on the left side here, we're going to curve up into the middle, and we'll curve down on the right side. From here, we're going to layer in the nose. So in the middle here, at this point, we're going to draw a straight line coming down to the tip of the nose. We're going to take these two ends and curve them to that point. So on the left side, we're going to curve out and then down. On the right, we'll curve out and then down. I want to go ahead and thicken up that little opening in the center here. So on the left side of that line, I'm just going to draw a straight line down. On the right, we'll do the same thing. Let's add some metal around the outsides of the eyes. So up here on the left, we're going to curve around and then just taper as we get towards the bottom of the eye. So surrounding the eye on the left and then just tapering it in. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Starting at the top, circle around the eye, and then taper along the bottom. We're going to add some lines along the top. So up here, we're going to curve in towards the eye, and we'll just space these out. So we're just going to draw 3 of these going in towards the eye, and then on the right, we'll do the same thing, curving around. Let's go ahead and add the curves to the bottom of the eyelid. So on the side of the head here, we're going to curve underneath the eye in towards that nose. So starting on the left side, curve underneath the eye, and then right in towards the nose. We'll do the same thing on the right side, so curving outwards. So curving underneath the eye, and then out. From here, we're going to take these points and curve in towards the eyeball, so in the back. So curving in. On the right, we'll do the same thing, curving that in. We're going to color the bottom area in black. From this point, I'm going to work my way up towards the center of the head, so in towards the widow's peak. So right in the middle here, we're going to step up and draw a line coming straight down in towards that top nose. So right in the middle here, come down like that. We're going to thicken this up as well. So on the left side, draw another line coming down, and then on the right, we'll draw a line right beside it, filling that in black. Let's flare out the top of the head. So from these points, we're going to curve out and up. So on the left side, we're going to go up just above the eye. So curving down in towards that point, and then on the right we'll do the same thing. So curving out, making sure they're at the same height. Curving up. Let's take these points and curve down to the top of the brow. So from the top, we're going to curve down to the side here, on the left, and then on the right we'll do the same thing. Curving down and in. Let's go ahead and add some eyebrows. So just above the left eye, I'm going to start up here and curve down and in, so it gets a little bit narrower in that gap there. Starting on the outside, we'll curve down and in. Down here, we're going to round out the bottom of the eyebrows. So rounding this out. Now we're going to pull this back up to a point up here. So it's going to taper to that side of the eyebrow. Curving across like that. Let's do the same thing on the right side. Starting from the bottom, we're going to curve up and out towards the right. We're going to round out the bottom. Now we're going to pull this back up to the top on the right side to a point. Let's add some more separations in the upper head. So up here, we're going to draw another curve going up from the eye and around the eyebrow. We're going to thicken that up with one, and then on the top as well. Just creating a thick black line. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Starting from the top, in towards the eye, and we'll just make that thick to match the thickness of that center line. In here, we're going to thicken those lines up as well. Curving up, and we'll do the same thing with the right side, curving across. Let's add one more separation at the top of the forehead. So on the right side, right here, along this line, we're going to curve out. Just following that same curve of the eyebrow. We'll do the same thing on the left side. So lining up the top, curve down and in, and then again, we're going to thicken this up to match the thickness of that center line. Same thing on the right side, just thickening that up. Let's move down to the lower part of the face. So on these points here, we're going to curve down with a short line, curving down and in. We're going to layer in the cheeks. So from this point, we're going to curve around in towards the face, center of the face, and curve down towards the jaw. So curving around like this. So it's kind of angled this way. On the right, we'll do the same thing, making sure that the bottoms are lined up. Now we're going to take that point and that point there and connect it with a curve going outwards. Do that on both sides. Then let's add in the mouth. So in the center here, I'm going to draw a line coming down, a short little line. I'm going to thicken that up, just like we did just above in the nose. Now I'm going to curve the mouth across. So from the left side, I want to curve into that center. So right here beside the cheek, we'll curve in towards the center, and we'll go out towards the right side. Curving out. We're going to add some lips. So we're going to start right below the tip of the nose, and then just taper it to a point, right beside the cheek like that. We're going to add some smile lines across the cheeks here. So from this point, we curve in towards the corner of that mouth. So curving across, we'll do the same thing on the right side, curving like that. Let's go ahead and thicken those up as well. Just above, and then on the right side. Let's work our way to the bottom of the mouth. So we're going to leave a little gap at the bottom chin here. So on the left side here, we're going to curve in, and then down, leaving a gap in the middle here. We're going to curve back up on the right side. So curving down. Now we're going to round out the lips at the bottom. So we're going to round this out with a slight curve. Now we're going to bring these back up towards the cheek. Do the same on the right, curving up. From here, let's draw in the chin. So just below this curve, we draw a straight line coming down. And then on the right, we'll do the same thing. You want to make sure that the chin is quite long. From the cheek, from this little corner here, we're going to curve down and in. And here we're going to curve down and in. Now we're going to round out and just meet up with the bottom of the chin there. Just curving it in like that. Let's do the same thing on the right. So right here, we're going to curve down. And then we're going to round out the chin. So pulling that in towards the bottom of the chin there. Let's add in the row of teeth along the top. So from left to right, we're going to leave a space on the side. We're going to curve down the middle, and then back up on the right. Over here, we're just going to draw two straight lines going up underneath the lips. Let's separate the teeth. In the middle, we're going to draw a straight line down. We're going to separate the teeth with two lines on either side. Two lines coming down, and then the same thing on the right side. We're going to add some teeth in the back here. So from lip to lip, we're going to curve down in the middle, and then back up on the right side. I'm going to make that twice, just to thicken up the metal bar. Goes across like that. And we're going to add some jagged teeth along here. So you can just add these sort of upside down V's that go all the way across. Right up to about there. Now I'm going to go ahead and color the inside of the mouth in black. To finish off the chin here, I'm going to take these 2 points and angle in towards the middle. So we're going to go up towards the middle, and then we'll come down on the right side. Again, we're going to color that inside area in black. Let's go back up to the top of the head and add the hair. So we've got one big piece coming up from these 2 points up to a point at the top, and it's going to lean over towards the right. So from this point, we're going to curve up and over towards the right. We're going to take that point and curve down towards the right point in the head, just like that. We're going to take this point in the middle and curve up towards the tip of the hair. So curving up, and just following that curve all the way to the top. Let's add into the hair on the side. So from that same point, I'm going to curve up and in. We'll do the same thing on the right side. So curving up and in around the same height as we have on the left. Now we're going to take this point and curve about halfway down the side of the head here. So from this point, we're going to curve out, and then we're going to pull that back in. On the right, we'll do the same thing. So curving out, and then pulling that back in. We're going to layer the hair in behind here. So along about halfway along this line, go right here, curve out, and then come right into that side of the brow. We'll do the same thing on the right. So curving out towards the right, and then pulling that in towards that brow line. I want to give the side of the hair some thickness. So we're going to take these points and curve in behind that main central hair area. We're going to go ahead and color that in black. We'll do the same thing on the right side. So starting at the top, curving down and behind that center hair, and color that in black. Let's give him some ears. So we're going to actually extend the ears out. So on the side here, in this little gap in the eye, we're going to go to the top and curve down. We're going to take the top point and curve around and pull it back into that point there. So curving around the ear, the top of the ear, and then just pull it right into that point there. So there's a nice little sharp point there. We're going to surround the inside by following the outside line. So starting at the bottom, curve around. We want to leave an even space gap all the way around, and then pull that back down. We'll do the same thing on the right side. So lining up the top, so right up here, we curve out and then back in. Go back to the top, round up the top of the ear, and now we're going to pull this back in towards the bottom like that. Let's draw the inside of the ear. So down here, just going to surround the inside all the way around so there's an even space of white inside. Now let's add the connectors. So the 2 bars coming in behind the eyes. So right here, draw a straight line going across. We're going to draw that twice. Going right in behind the eye. We'll draw one more below it. So leaving a space. Then 2 bars. Let's add some lines in here to give it sort of that metallic look. So up here, draw a curve going outwards. So it's bending out towards the left on both bars. We'll do the same thing on the right side. So right up above the eye here, go right into that ear, draw that twice, leave a gap, and then draw 2 more lines. Now we're going to add those little curves for the metal, going across like that. The final step, I just want to add a little bit of detail to the upper shoulders. So in the middle here, we're going to give them a bow tie. So just underneath the chin on both sides, we're going to draw like a half circle, curving across like that. From the bottom, right here on the left, we're going to curve down and out towards the left, curve down and out towards the right. Now we're going to curve these up on the side of the bow tie, bending it out towards the left and bending it out towards the right. We're going to take these 2 and curve them in behind the chin. Like that. Let's add a little wrinkle line. So right here on the side of the circle, we're going to curve out. On the right, we'll do the same thing. I'm going to add a little voice box in the middle here. So we're going to draw a circle, starting from the top, curve around towards the bottom, go back to the top, and curve in the opposite direction. I'll just blend that in. Now I'm going to surround the inside by tracing that same line, leaving a gap along the outside edge. Now to make it look like a speaker, I'm going to just draw a series of lines going an angle this way. Starting from the top, we'll just evenly space out these lines, all the way across. Now we're going to go in the opposite direction, going this way. Starting from the bottom, and all the way to the top. From here, let's add in the collar. So beside the cheeks, on the left side here, I'm going to curve out and down towards the left. Up on the right, we'll curve out and down towards the right. We're going to curve these in towards the bow tie, right about there, both sides. Now we're going to draw an angled line going out and down on the left, down on the right. Now we're going to pull these in just below the voice box here. So curving it down right there. The same thing on the right side. And then finally, we're going to take these points and curve them up underneath the jaw. So right here, we're going to curve around the bow tie and then up. We'll do the same thing on the right side, curving around the bow tie and then down. And that's pretty much it. There we have it. There's our Funtime Joker. I hope you enjoyed this art challenge today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.